country as better, so that we become better students. Lord, we ask you to heal our land. Lord, once again, we ask that this pandemic will be over soon. Just yesterday, another 60, another 63 cases of around 63 cases of um, COVID-19 was found in Region 11. So we ask for protection for our families. We ask for safety, Lord, and may everything that we do give honor and glory to your name. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Praise be Jesus and Mary.
now and forever.
All right.
now and
So,
forever.
now and forever.
okay. So, today, we are going to discuss about we are going to discuss three topics. No, um, three topics. In other words, we are going to. Okay. Thank you, Althea. Um, we are going to finish um, we are going to finish all everything about nutrition in the life stages, no? So that para matapos na siya, and then we can move on to another session, no? So actually napakabilis natin, no? Compared to when I am teaching nutrition and dietetic students, and even nursing students, no, because medyo limited, no, but for you, um ang bilis-bilis, no, uh ang bilis talaga, because I want I want to um I want to show you everything. I want to present to you everything because especially it's already finals. I want to present everything because I would like you to not only limit in just one aspect in nutrition, no, in our field, nutrition and dietetics, but I want you to have to experience, no, or to understand uh, what nutrition uh, what are the things that we do, no, ang itong area na ito, no, for nutrition and dietetics, no. So again, the nutrition in the life stages in the new curriculum is even offered for 2 semesters. So ngayon sa atin, it's just 2 sessions, no? 2 sessions that was 2 sessions or 1 week. Uh, that's last Monday and today, no? And we are trying to finish the the 2 semesters in just two sessions, no? Um 2 sessions na tag 3 hours. Okay, so I'll just highlight the most important things here. Okay, so yung ibabab na okay na ang PLDT, correct? Okay na ba ang PLDT? I'm sorry to hear about what happened to the others last time. Alright, so okay naman ang mga ano ninyo, ang yung mga na-disconnect sa PLDT last time. Uh, do you still have the recording for the previous session? Anyway, few slides na lang man yun. Oh, okay. Sige, Jean. Um, okay. Oh, okay. Pero nung mga yung mga few slides wala na dong. Okay, okay. Sige lang. Anyway, few slides na lang man yun siya, no? Um, okay. All right. So, we are going to discuss today um we're going to discuss today nut- nutrition or diet during um childhood and adolescence, tapos diet during early adulthood, and then diet during late adulthood or the elderly. Okay? All right. So let me start share the screen. Okay. Uh, can you see it? All right. So diet
Nawala ka po, sir.
during ano wala? Okay. How about that?
Okay na po,
Can
sir.
you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Andyan? Okay. All right. So, we are going to discuss about first, no, diet. Kasi, we started last Monday. We started discussing about. We have discussed about diet during during pregnancy and lactation, and then that was followed by diet during infancy, no. Now we are going to call we now proceed to diet or nutrition during um, childhood and adolescence, and then later on uh, early adulthood and then late adulthood. Okay, so kaya three topics siya. Okay, so for this for for this topic, okay, the objectives are identify the nutritional needs of children age 1 to 12 and of adolescents, and then state the effects of inadequate nutrition during the growing years, and describe eating disorders that can occur during adolescence. Okay. Now, for our objectives, discuss the consequences of obesity. Another objective is discuss the consequences of obesity in childhood and evaluate the nutritive value of fast food products available in in the United States today. Um, by the way, these fast foods are also available in the Philippines. Okay, so all right. So nutrition in children. Okay. So when children nutrition affects their physical, emotional, and intellectual development. Okay. So uh, growing year kasi ito, no, it's very critical that we we provide good nutrition among children, no, because it again affects their physical, emotional, and intellectual development. So, probably kayo, if you are not eating vegetables right now, uh, probably you can trace it uh, during your childhood na hindi din you were not trained to eat vegetables, no? Uh, yung mga old habits natin, no? Definitely affect our nutrition, and then our academics also is being affected with nutrition, no? So especially those who are poor, and those who cannot afford to buy food, no? So that greatly affects nutrition. And then in terms of uh, emotional, there are also children uh, who are bullied, no? Probably because their body weight is either they're too thin, or they're too heavy for their age. Okay, so um, it affects definitely their emotional and even social skills, no? And then later I am going uh, de- to share to you uh, different calculations naman, no? So para meron tayong break, no, uh, to the theoretical side of things, no. Theoretical, what I mean is the principles of life stages. All right, so once developed, poor eating habits are difficult to change, and poor eating habits can exacerbate emotional and physical problems. Okay, so children children ages 1 to 12, children's appetites often vary according to their rate of growth. Okay, so it depends, no, kung there is what we call growth spurt, no. Uh, I uh, Sometimes growing children, especially in their growing years, talaga malakas kumain yan, no? Um, because they are growing, no? And we cannot blame them, no? That's normal. And then children also has um, children's likes and dislikes also change. Okay, so um, children likes and dislikes change over time. Okay, so um, uh, I remember when I was still young, uh, I there is a term called um, uh, jags, no? Food jags. Okay, do you know how it is spelled? It is spelled as a JAGS, or jogging, food jogging. Okay. Um, all right. So food jogs is a it's a it's it's when children wants to eat the same food um at the same time, no? Like let's say for example, um for today, no, naga food jog ako noon, no, week or food jogging, no. So like ngayon I want my viand to be chorizo. So kahit chorizo yan all throughout the day, okay lang sa akin, no? And that is what I demand, no? And actually that is normal for kids, no? I want corned beef, ganyan, no? I want probably chicken, no? So that is why it's really challenging for the caregivers or the parents uh to vary the to provide a variety of foods for their children. Okay, because again, children's likes and dislikes change. Okay, so dati I didn't like yung, for example, when I was a kid, I didn't like yung tofu or tokwa. Ngayon, I like tokwa. I eating tokwa already. Uh, it's like a developed, an acquired. Sorry, that is what we call an acquired taste. Okay, so there might be some food items na gusto ninyo because it's an acquired taste, like durian, no? At first I didn't like durian, pero since everyone in the family, my mom, my dad eats durian, then I tried durian. No? They taught me how to eat durian, no? Na I have to cover my nose and then uh, just savor the flavor of durian, and then later on I realized na masarap pala, no? So yon, kaya kumakain na ako ng durian, no? So kaya children change, no? Kaya there's during during this stage, it is really important that we provide variety of foods, no, and let them try different food items, kasi pag limited yan, later on magiging limited din yung choices ng gusto ng mga bata or ng individual when they grow up, no. All right, so new food this is one way to do it, no. New food should be introduced gradually. Okay, so you can introduce new foods but do it gradually. Okay, so children should be involved in food selection and preparation. So I remember, uh, I washed the dishes before. um, my parents have taught me how to cook rice, and when I was a kid. And then eventually, yung mga simple dishes I can already do, no? So, it's a, and then during when I was a kid, I was also brought to the grocery, no, to look for to buy the ingredients that I need, no, or that we need at home. So that is actually um, involvement of children in the food selection and preparation. So one time I remember when I was still a kid, uh, we we take the boat very early from Samal Island. Uh, Usually mga 5, we leave here at mga 4 o'clock in the morning. We leave from Samal Island at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then we arrive at around 4:45 to here in Davao City, 4:45 to 5 o'clock, no? And then by 5:30 we are already in Bangkerohan, no? So we purchase we purchase vegetables that is good for um that is good for 1 week, no? So that is what we do. That happens usually every Sunday, no? So kaya nasanay na din ako, no, na when I grew up, I can already manage my own, okay? Because I was involved, no? I had the chance to be involved to prepare prepare food and to select, no. I was involved in the process. Okay, so if your parents have taught you how to if your parents have involved you in food selection and preparation. Okay. For again for children ages 1 to 12, fat should not be limited before the age of 2 years because again fat is a concentrated source of energy and kids are very active, no? So do not limit fats until they are 2 years old, no? Uh, in the Philippines, it's even beyond 2 years old, no. But in the U.S. where the problem of overweight and obesity is a problem, then fat should be limited at least before the age of 2 years. But in the Philippines, hindi problema ito masyado, no. Well, although there is what we call a double burden of malnutrition, no? If you say double burden of malnutrition, double burden of malnutrition in the Philippines is while in the Philippines kasi ang problema natin is undernutrition. Meaning, mas marami ang problema natin because we are a developing country, ang problema natin sa malnutrition is undernutrition, yung kulang sa timbang, no? Kulang sa nutrients, no? Um, whereas in other countries, like in developed countries like the United States, ang problema naman nila is overnutrition, yung overweight and obesity. Okay, but in the Philippines, we cannot just say na ang face ng malnutrition is just one. It's not, no? There is actually double burden of malnutrition, meaning that while there is an existing problem on undernutrition, there is also a growing problem about overnutrition about of overnutrition and obesity among children. Okay, not only children but also other other age groups, no? So yan, although this is still growing, pero yung overnutrition, overweight and obesity, and yet parang it's not good, no, na we ano we both address these problems at the same time. Okay, so fat intake should be 30% to 35% of calories for 1 to 3 years old, and fat intake should be 25 to 35% of calories for 4 to 18 years old. Whole milk is recommended until the age onwards, no? Ako ngayon, dati, for Filipinos, uh, kung adolescent ka, pwede ka pa hindi low fat, no? Eto kasi ang resource natin is foreign. So kaya sa kanila is low fat, no? Serving low fat from age 2 onwards, no? But ako I just started taking or drinking low fat milk, and also soy milk, no, yung mga non-dairy, uh, later na, no, later na when I was already adult, no. That's okay kasi hindi masyadong problema dito, no. In fact, because again, we are in the Philippines, we are in a developing country, no. So actually problema din ang dairy, intake ng dairy among Filipinos in general. Okay? So this might not be true, no, true to all, no, but the bottom line is encourage uh we encourage um drinking milk, no. Okay, can you still hear me? Can you still see the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so um, now calorie needs will depend on rate of growth, activity level, body size, metabolism, and health. Okay, so later on, I will teach you some computations, no, na that may be useful, no, to you, no, kasi di ba there are computations. I have already um introduce to you how to estimate or estimate the desirable body weight of an adult. Later on, I'm going uh, to introduce to you different computations ng desirable body weight for infants and also for children. Okay. All right. So and also their total energy requirement. Okay, so calorie needs will okay, nutrient dense snacks are needed every 2 to 3 hours, no? Nutrient dense snacks are needed every 2 to 3 hours. That is why for if you notice yung schedule natin when we were back in high school and back in grade school, meron talaga tayong break, no? Meron tayong snacks na tinatawag because um, snacks play an important role for children, no? For children because especially that they have smaller stomach, no? When you have smaller stomach, uh, there is a chance na um, you eat more often, okay? You eat more often kasi pero you eat more often pero ang volume niya or ang quantity is less. Okay? Kasi because of the capacity of the stomach. Okay? So, all right. So another is forcing a child to eat can cause eating disorders. Okay? So we will discuss about the eating disorders later on. Okay? So what are the eating disorders? No, we have anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa. Okay? So choking is prevalent in young children. Okay? Now, for the calorie and nutrient needs of young children, okay, so nutrient needs increase because of the increased body size. Use the My Pyramid or the food guide pyramid, okay, which I presented to you during our first session, our first meetings. No, I hope that you still have a copy, no, of those. No, um, so no more than 2 to 3 cups of milk or equivalent in terms of calcium per day. Okay, so not more than that, no. Not more than 2 to 3 cups of milk or equivalent in terms of calcium per day. So at least uh, one 1 cup of milk is already enough, no, for the day, no, for young children and even adolescents, no. Um, Two is okay, pero three medyo sobra na din yan, no? Okay. Now, limit sweets and sweetened fruit juices. Okay? So, I know that children have sweet tooth, no? They crave for sweets, but we need to explain to them na there are effects ng if they crave to that, no, pwede naman sometimes, no, but is schedule lang siya. um you can give them sweet items, no, na sweets, no, but is-schedule siya kasi one is baka magiging problema yan later on uh they are fond of eating sweets already, no? Ma magproblema ka, magproblema tayo in training our children not to um not to limit their sugar intake, no? So limit sweets, in other words, limit carbonated fruit juices. Okay, so children need 1 ml of water per calorie and introduce fiber slowly. Okay. Okay, so uh okay. Okay, so childhood obesity. Okay. Childhood obesity, hindi nyo makita yata ang picture, but when you try to download the download the document, makita nyo man, no? Okay, childhood obesity has become an epidemic, no? Um, where there is epidemic, so it it affects across all over the world, no? Epidemic, no? Uh, a child is overweight if he or she is above the 95th percentile for body mass index by sex and age. We will discuss itong different itong sa competition, no? I am going to next week, no? Discuss different age groups, no? Okay. So, how to determine if overweight or underweight, no? Ganyan. So, 85% of obese children over the age of 10 will become obese adults. So, kung obese ka, when you are when you are a kid, the 85% of those na obese children will become obese adults in the future. Okay? All right. So, childhood obesity leads to many health and social problems. Okay, we have increased severity of asthma, increased blood pressure and heart rate, type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea. Okay, sleep apnea is yung apnea is when during sleeping, they have difficult they cannot breathe, no, normally. And childhood obesity is actually a factor also for children, especially those who are suffering um, from asthma. Okay? So, yeah, no? Another is hyperlipidemia or mataas ang blood lipids. Okay? Blood lipids, no? Mataas ang cholesterol, mataas ang triglycerides, no? Bad cholesterol especially. Hip and knee problems is another problem for of childhood obese children. Not only when they grow up, magiging problema yan. And also, social stigma, no? So they are being um, they are being uh, ta- parang bullied, no? Na mataba, no? So yan. Kaya ang role natin ang role ng parents and caregivers is very important. Okay? So childhood obesity, for the treatment is we have exercise and portion and control snacking. Okay? So parents can help by modeling healthy food choices and an active lifestyle. So dapat makita ng mga bata, no, kasi for children, their role models are their parents, no, or whoever is in the family, no. So if nobody eats vegetables, if everybody is obese, then that is what he or she sees. So parang nagiging normal na rin yan, no. So And um, kaya parents should be role models, no? Role models for children. You know, children naman is children, as you know, they tend to copy. They're very trusting. They tend to copy whatever adults are um, doing, no, or the practices of adults, no. They think na it's okay. Modeling is very important among parents, no, when they have growing children. So what parents can do: provide only healthy and nourishing foods, limit TV and computer time, no. I was I'm favored na somehow I grew up in a time um na we were still very active because we play around, no? Because wala pang masyadong gadget, no? Um, I I I feel bad for our children now kasi um, they do not enjoy anymore, especially ngayon na pandemic um, they just stay at home and play with their computers, no, or cell phones or mobile devices, no. I feel for them, no, because they do not get to enjoy um, yung mga mga physical na activities, no, yung mga games, no, that we used to have, no. Um, So, yan, because of the sedentary lifestyle, no? Okay. And also, never tell a child that he or she is too fat, okay? So please do not tell a child that he or she is too fat, no? Because later on it can develop or exacerbate um, food uh, exacerbate, or it can develop mga uh, problems in the food intake, no, like anorexia nervosa, okay, we, anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa, okay. So learn correct portions, okay, for children. uh, it is more important how often and how much is eaten rather than what is eaten, no. So it is important, no, kung how often sila kumakain and how much is eaten rather than what is eaten, okay. um, okay, so eto, uh, are you still there? Okay. Eto never provide food as comfort or reward. Okay? So, some parents, ito when you become parents in the future, or when you have, for example, younger brothers and sisters, no, do not do not make food as a comfort or reward, no. Um, uh, what do you mean by this? So for example, if they if they have done something good, parang okay, you give them food right away, no. So do not do that, no, because um parang masasanay sila later on. Okay? So, like, okay, you cannot say na, okay, you eat vegetables because later on you can eat cakes na. Oh. Pwede naman, pero dapat, ano lang, dapat controlled pa rin siya, no? Hindi yung, okay, sige, you can drink soft drinks, pero na um, given na basta ang my point here is that never provide food as comfort or reward for children, okay. So another is eat only at the table and at designated times, okay. So eat only, I remember when I was a kid, um, dapat every time during meal time, dapat everybody is there talaga, no? Hindi pwede na hindi kompleto, no? So dapat everybody is there talaga before um, we start dining, okay? Kaya talaga dapat naka-switch off yung TV, naka-switch off yung TV um, during mealtime, no? Ang iba kasi uh, they watch TV, no, especially yung malalaking families, no, they watch TV while while taking their lunch, while taking their dinner, no. So while you enjoy that, no, you enjoy that time na to dine pag meal time, dapat meal time lang 'yan. Okay? So yan. Kasi, again, that has an effect later on in life. Okay? So, give water rather than juice, soda, or sweetened drinks. Um, okay? So, eat slowly and determine reasons for eating. Remember, class, to eat because you are hungry, no? Not because every time you have the appetite or you are craving, you eat, no? So hunger is different from appetite. Okay? So, hunger is gutom. It's a physiological need, no, for food, no, whereas appetite is gana in our dialect. It's called gana, no. Uh, you do not eat because you have the appetite all the time. Okay? So, kaya you determine reasons for eating. Okay? All right. Now, for adolescents, okay, there's period of we now move on to adolescence. No, it's a period of rapid growth and physical changes causing increased calorie needs. I think most of you are still in this period. No, um, how old are you, by the way?
18, sir.
18, okay. So adolescent pa nga talaga kayo. 18, 19, no, 17. So I will not be surprised if uh your 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 food intake is more than what I consume, no? Kasi you are still growing, no? Tapos sa very active din kayo, especially nung siguro wala pang pandemic, very active din kayo because you have PE classes, you have you're very busy in at school, no? So I will not uh, uh, I totally understand, no? Because this is a period of growth and physical changes. All right? So, adolescents typically have enormous appetites. Um, they often substitute popular low nutrient density foods. Ang adolescents, no? Itong mga snack foods, no? Snack foods, yung mga uh, chips, no? Food choices are affected by peer pressure and busy schedule at the same time. Okay? Now, hindi talaga makita ang mga pictures dito, class, pero I hope that you download all those, no, para makita niyo. So, except for vitamin D, all nutrient needs increase, and menstruation in girls creates a greater need for iron, and then for kaya for during adolescence kasi, because of the onset of menstruation, or menarche, we call that menarche, no? Onset of menstruation, um, the first onset of menstruation, because of blood loss, uh, that has to be replenished, no? So dapat increased ang iron needs ng mga uh, higher, because normally higher talaga ang iron needs ng mga babae kesa sa lalaki because of this, no. I remember um when one time I had a I there was a bloodletting, no? My blood donation. I was an adult then, a young adult then, no? And then uh so that happened in school, no? And then later on, okay naman, okay ang weight ko, okay, everything is okay. Ang problema was ang problema was um ang problema pala doon was um uh parang that was the first time when I experienced na talagang kuan ka na ganing makuyapan class kanang nag-ano talaga ako makuyapan, no. Sabi ng nurse sa akin, sabi ng mga medtech din na, sir, that's normal, no. I will die at that very moment, no, na talagang nag-shot ako. I was able to experience ROTC, no, ROTC for 2 years, and that was tough, no. That was 2 years. Grabe ang training namin for ROTC, pero nakaya ko siya. Pero yung blood loss, um they I think they got 500 cc or half a liter ng blood. They extracted 500 cc ng blood. And then later on, I found out na um, parang kuan na kuyapan ko, no? Uh, and based on the explanation of the nurse, that's usually ang 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 uh, ang nakaka-experience ng ganyan ay mga lalaki because hindi sanay sa ano menstruation. Ang mga babae kasi sanay yan, no? Every month there is menstruation. Okay? So there's blood loss for girls, no? So sanayan sila, no? For men it's not, no? So kaya talagang parang na-shock ang body ko noon, no? Ah, okay. But since then, hindi na ako nag-donate ng blood, no? Kasi natakot na ako, no? Pero sabi niya, it's normal daw. The DRIs or dietary reference intakes for many nutrients are higher for boys than for girls. Okay? So normally talaga ganito, no? Higher talaga ang boys than for girls. Um, physically, mas malaki naman talaga ang boys, and even more active generally ang boys than girls. Okay, so adolescent problems related to nutrition, we have anorexia nervosa, bulimia, and being overweight. No? All right, so um, anorexia nervosa. Uh, Anorexia nervosa is a psychological disorder that causes a client to drastically reduce calories consumed, causing altered metabolism. So, supposedly, merong picture dyan, no? Pero, hindi siya makita, no? Dito, ngayon, no? I do not know what happened. Pero once you download this, no, um I I hope na and save it in your devices. I hope na nandyan yung mga pictures, no. So anorexia nervosa is a psychological disorder that causes a client to drastically reduce calories consumed, causing altered metabolism. There's distorted body image and a fear of being fat, no? So uh, what they see sa anorexia nervosa, it's actually more of psychological problem than nutrition, no? nutrition is just part of it, no? Kasi pumapayat sila. They do not eat anymore, no? There's problem already in food consumption. Pero it's more of self-image, no? Yung there is a distorted body image and fear of being fat, no? In fact, itong mga anorexia for people with anorexia nervosa, they see themselves as fat in the mirror when in fact uh, butot balat na pala sila, no? Yung sa totoo is butot balat, no? But when they look at themselves in the mirror, parang mataba sila, no? Kasi again, there's a distorted body image and a fear of being fat, no? So clients often exercise excessively. This may result in hair loss, blood pressure, weakness, amenorrhea, brain damage, and even death. Okay? So, if you are familiar with uh, the Carpenters, are you familiar with the Carpenters? Yung band. Oo, yung
Yes, sir.
Carpenters, oo, yung singer doon, she actually died because of this, no? She actually suffered with anorexia nervosa. Okay? So, yeah, uh, she Karen Carpenters, no? She actually suffered with this problem, no? And actually there are also I have already seen cases na anorexia nervosa in the Philippines, no? Talagang grabe talaga class. As in butot balat talaga, no? um that because it's a psychological disorder, no? And then yung anorexia nervosa pa na 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 encounter ko is lalaki yon, no? And then he was 13 years old but eventually he died, no? Kasi hindi na siya kumakain. Okay? If you know Snooki Serna, Snooki Serna also suffered with anorexia nervosa. So careful lang din tayo, no? We have to be observant of our family members, no? O baka kasi may ano na sila problem in their food intake. One is anorexia nervosa. Okay? So, um treatment for anorexia nervosa. Okay, so we have individual and family counseling. Okay, so it's not only the client who will be advised to undergo counseling, uh, but also the family, including the family. No, they are involved. They should be involved in the family counseling. No, kasi sometimes ang family could be a trigger. Okay? So, another treatment for anorexia nervosa is self-acceptance, no? Ito actually, you need to accept yourself, no? When you have anorexia nervosa, no? Kasi it's a psychological problem. And then also nutrition therapy, close supervision, and also time and patience. Okay? All right. Now, another is bulimia nervosa. Okay? Um, this is different from anorexia nervosa. They are similar in a way na ang problem is a food intake, but ang bulimia nervosa is uh, they binge, no? They binge but eventually purge. Okay? So, anong ginagawa nila? They binge, they eat mga foods that are um, high in calories, and later when they realize na marami na pala silang nakain, what they do is they try to vomit what they have, uh, the items that they have eaten, kasi they realize na marami na pa silang nakain, no? Or um okay, so bulimia nervosa is a syndrome, unlike doon sa anorexia nervosa na ayaw talaga kumain. Okay, na you they would have difficulty even drinking milk, drinking water, no? um some in some cases drinking, they think that drinking water is fattening, but it's not. Now, bulimia nervosa is a syndrome in which the client alternately binges and purges by inducing vomiting and using laxatives. Okay, do you know what a laxative is? Okay, a laxative, these are medications na para pampa, pampa ano, ah, kalaganing magbawas. Okay? Para magbawas or para makalibang sila. Okay? So, yung mga mahilig sa tea, no, that's actually laxative. Tea is a laxative, no? Diuretics naman, do you know what a diuretics is? Hindi rin. Okay, diuretics is these are medications also, or anything that also promotes diuresis or pag-ihi, no? So para mapalabas yung body yung water sa katawan, no? So some of them are taking laxatives and diuretics para gaan ang timbang nila. Okay, some of them binge and purge, no, by vomiting, no, and they exercise. So if you there was a news na si Jerry Halliwell daw. I do not know if you know Jerry Halliwell. Jerry Halliwell is uh Ginger Spice yata yan siya sa Spice Girls. Back in the days, no? Na sabi nila bulimic daw yan si bulimic daw si Jerry Halliwell. She suffered from bulimia nervosa, no? Here, again, just like sa anorexia nervosa, there is fear of being overweight, and clients often binge on high-calorie foods. This is usually not life-threatening, but can irritate the esophagus and cause electrolyte imbalances, malnutrition, dehydration, and dental caries. Okay? So treatment for bulimia, limit eating to meal time, dapat ilimit lang ang eating to meal time. Portion control, close supervision after eating, and also because it's a psychological problem, psychological counseling. Okay? Kasi ito, mababa ang mga self-esteem nito, no, ng mga tao nito. Okay, so overweight. Overweight is contributing factors include heredity, overfeeding as an infant or child, and psychological factors, treatment, treatment for overnutrition, overweight, uh, evaluation by healthcare provider, change unhealthy eating habits, okay, and also exercise. Okay? So, being overweight is particularly difficult during the adolescent period, no? Especially na, yeah, 'di ba? At this stage, nagkakaroon na ng mga crushes, no? And then self-image is very important, okay? So, what makes being overweight during adolescence especially difficult? Okay? So, being overweight during adolescence is apt to diminish this individual's self-esteem and can exclude him or her from the normal social life of the teen years, further diminishing self-esteem. It also makes the adolescent prone to being overweight as an adult. Okay? Although, pwede naman makorek, no? I just hope na makorek, no? Like, Isa Calzado, she grew up na talagang overweight, no? And she was at overweight when she was until with during childhood at saka up to adolescent, but later on when she became an adult, nag-ano na siya, nag-control na siya, and then she maintained a healthier lifestyle. Okay? So, fast foods, okay. Okay, now we proceed to fast foods. Nutrient charts are often available at restaurants, no? I hope na uh, there will be a law, no? A law requiring that restaurants, especially fast food restaurants, na i-indicate nila yung mga calories and fat content and sugar content, no? Ng mga food items, no? Like let's say for example, McDonald's or Jollibee, no? Yung mga alam natin ang intake, no? Alam natin ang nutrient content, no? Because in other countries talaga per serving nakalagay talaga yan, ilang calories, no? Even if you are in fast food, no? Only in the Philippines that we cannot find ilang calories yan, no? Wala pa tayong law na ganyan, no? So I hope it will be passed or it will be implemented the soonest, no? Kasi yun nga ang problema natin is yung sa problema natin is may problema din tayo with the double burden of malnutrition with the increasing trend ng obese and overweight children. Okay, and individuals, no? So fast foods are excessively high in fat, sodium and calories, and limited in minerals, vitamins and fibers. I'm not saying, ako actually, I also consume fast foods, pero not all the time, no? Not all the time na um, as much as possible, I prepare my own meals. No, not all the time na kuan. I am happy that I have my own kitchen where when where I can, prepare my own meals, no? Rather than, ordering, and then I'm happy na dito malayo din siya from downtown, no? Where there is no accessible fast food. Okay? So fast food are often used as snacks by teens, adding extra calories. Okay, again, okay lang. I know, no? Kayo, some of you are eating fast foods, no? I'm not against it, no? But then again, it should be used with discretion, okay? In a balanced diet, okay? So, walang problema yon for as long as you are uh, conscious, no, na okay, ito lang dapat, no, not too much, no, hindi yung lunch at saka dinner fast food lahat, no. Okay, all right. So alcohol and the adolescent, no, yan, lifted na ang alcohol ban, mga students. Oh, so
Uy, si
lift
Eldon man to.
lifted na. Oh, so yan, pero lifted na alcohol ban, pero 63 na nga to ang kagahapon 63 tong positive. Oh, lifted na. Pero ako ah I should not fake it, no. I drink, no, pero social drinker lang din, no. Pero I drink din, pero usually wine na dili na pwede anang mga sobra-sobra, no. I drink alcohol, pero not too much, no. Tama-tama lang, no. Actually 2 shots or 2 glasses of wine, parang that's too much already. 1 to 2 glass of wine, that's already enough for me. And then isang beer na yung uh, maliit na beer, I'm okay with that already, no. Not too much, no, kasi parang I realized na ako raman gahapon ang lugi man ko ani oy, may mga nutrient deficiencies pa, tapos isa mahal din ang alcohol, no. And then paghubog na kapoy, tapos paghubog na, sometimes ang nangyayari is you vomit, no. So sayang din yung ano. So instead uh I just buy ano foods that are more nutritious, no? More nutritious. Once in a while, no, pag may mga events, pero do not take alcohol too much kasi again itong alcohol, I know somebody, no, before na very expensive pala yan, class, pag alcoholic ka, no? It's very expensive na magpa-rehab, no? Kasi talagang i-cleanse, no? May tinatawag sila na cleansing, no? Na dapat wala ng traces of alcohol in the body, no? So, um, tapos uh, i-ano ka 6 months ka i-rehab because of alcohol drinking, no? Kasi sa boarding house dati, where I stayed, merong alcoholic talaga doon, no? So uh, yung anak was an alcoholic, no? Morning pa lang magtanduay na, no? So and then eventually uh they have decided to bring the son, yung addicted to alcohol, yung alcoholic, to the rehab. Okay? Kasi talaga pwede na hindi sila kumain basta makainom lang, no? So, alcohol is a depressant also with serious side effects. Okay? Depressant or downer yan siya, no? Um, this affects absorption and normal metabolism of glucose, fats, proteins, and vitamins. And alcohol, if you notice, if you drink alcohol, especially yung mga beer, sige ka ihi. Do you notice that? Okay. Alcohol drinking, no? Actually, sige na sila ihi. Ah, kasi alcohol is a diuretic, no? Pampa ano siya, pampaihi, no? Ah, kaya kaya pa, for example, pag magpunta ng ano, pag if you visit mga bars, talagang from time to time, may talaga sa restroom, puno-punuan 'yan, no? Kasi yun nga, especially itong beer, alcohol, um, diuretics yan siya, meaning it induces diuresis or urination. Okay? So, which causes no dehydration later on, and alcohol causes excess water and mineral loss. Okay? So, alcohol and the adolescent, abuse or overuse of alcohol is called alcoholism. Excessive long-term drinking can lead to liver cirrhosis, high blood pressure, and damage to heart muscle. Teenagers often ignore the dangers of alcohol. Drinking teens are prone to accidents and random acts of violence. Okay? All right. So, uh, next is marijuana, no? The use of marijuana, um, use continues to increase among teens, no? It increases appetite, no? For those who do not know, it increases appetite. Actually, pampagana ng pampagana, no, ang marijuana, no. It increases appetite, especially for sweets. Marijuana cigarettes are more harmful to the lungs than tobacco cigarettes. This may lead to the use of other drugs, no. Itong marijuana. Usually, uh, I have interviewed some friends Tapos nagmariwana sila. Ilahaday na silang partneran og ano dati no, partneran nila og um kanang syrup no, syrup no. So dili ko ka relate kas no. Pero last year, yeah, 2019, I was in the States. I have tried consuming a a I have tried consuming brownie, tapos it contains uh, marijuana no, marijuana. Ano nga yung kuan other term ng marijuana na yan? Do you know what is the other term for marijuana?
Wait, sir.
Ha? Weed or cannabis. O, cannabis yo, no? So, yun, I was in Texas last year, and then my friends there, they are Filipinos, no, where I stayed there, no? Um, Actually, they asked me to try it, no? Konting-konti lang, try lang ako how it tastes, no? Konti lang talaga, no? Bite size, no? I didn't like it kasi meron siyang aftertaste tong marijuana, no? Um, I didn't like it. Tapos medyo takot din ako because I do not want baka iti-test ako when I go back to the Philippines, tapos yung anti-drug campaign ng president natin, ng government natin is baka sumabit ako, no? So that's why ayun lang, konti lang. I just tried a little ng brownie kasi ang iba actually nilalagay nila sa brownies ito class, no? Cannabis, no? Kasi in some states in ano in in the US, um kuan siya, the marijuana or cannabis is legal, no? um ang problema lang kasi sa mga Pinoy, we tend to overuse kasi, no? Kung siguro kung medical marijuana, I think that is justifiable. Pero kung for pleasure lang leading to addiction, I don't think that it's ano, it's it can be justified, no? Pag hindi mo kailangan, it's not, no? Although they say that marijuana is a drug, it's good for people na naga seizure, kasi it prevents convulsion, no? Marijuana. Pero for under normal circumstances, do not try it, no? So this may lead to the use of other drugs like cocaine and etc. Okay, so cocaine is highly addictive and extremely harmful. Weight loss is very common due to decreased appetite. So, kung marijuana, there's an increased appetite. Ito ng cocaine naman, decrease naman ang appetite. Ayaw kumain even for a long time, no? Ayaw kumain. So, forms that can be smoked is called as crack. Half of the crimes against property in the US are related to the use of crack cocaine. Okay. Mangawat naman, okay, in order to buy drugs, no? Illicit drugs. Okay? So tobacco is addictive. This can influence appetite, nutritional status, and weight. And smokers, by the way, smokers need more vitamin C because smoking alters its metabolism. Okay? For those who are smoking. Okay? Um, so if you smoke, try to, limit it and eventually um, smoke cessation or cease from smoking, no? Stop smoking, no? Um, this increases risk for lung cancer and heart disease. Okay. Other addictive drugs, amphetamines can cause heart, breathing, and blood pressure rates to increase. Methamphetamine Phenethylamine is the most potent form of amphetamines. Symptoms include dry mouth, difficulty swallowing, dilated pupils, and depressed appetite. As the drug wears off, fatigue and depression are common. Okay. Other inhalants are physically and psychologically addictive. Risks include depression, apathy, nosebleeds, no? Headaches, eye pain, chronic fatigue, heart failure, loss of muscle control, and even death. Okay? So, nutrition for the athlete, no? The athlete needs additional water, calories, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, sodium, potassium, iron, and protein, no? Uh, this is for water electrolyte balance, and also iron and protein, no. They need more kung they need more if you are an athlete. Ngayon I try to I bought a bike, no. Every day nagba-biking ako for like 30 to 45 minutes, no. To because I'm teaching sports nutrition also, no. So isang challenge ko sa sarili is to be physically active, no, because I'm 37 years old already and I'm not getting any younger. Okay, so yon may bike ako, may expensive pala, no, itong magbike, no. Who owns a bike, by the way?
Ako, sir.
Ako, sir.
Very very good. Oh, so mahal pala mga accessories ng bike, no? My gosh,
Mahal jud, sir.
mahal siya. So, kagabi, mga 9 in the evening up to 9:45, I went to Mandug. Kasi I live in Tigato, no? Sa Deca Homes, and then nagbike ako, and then good thing is that I arrived even before it rained, no? Tapos maayo na lang, I was already in our subdivision na natanggal ang chain, no? Uh, there are bike enthusiasts na mga neighbors ko, and then they try to help me also, no. Mahal talaga, no. Mahal siya kung very expensive, no. So but it pays, no, than going to the gym. Now I'm not discouraging you to go to the gym, pero it's fun also na you can go places and riding your bike, no. So also may pinaghahandaan din kasi ako na uh, na hiking, no. 2 hours hiking sa Santa Cruz uh, by the end of October, no. So kaya dapat uh, prepared ako for that, no. Kaya I am doing something about my endurance, no. And then nag-improve din yung sleep ko because of physical activity. Okay? So I encourage everybody, no, to be physically active also. Okay, so the increase in calories depend on activity and its length. Okay, plain water is recommended, liquid for rehydration, and electrolyte drinks are useful after an athletic event, but not uh, during one. Okay, glycogen loading or carbo loading. Carbo loading or carbohydrate loading sometimes used for long activities, no? Yung mga marathon. So this begins 6 days prior to the event and involves a regimen of diet and exercise to maximize the amount of glycogen. The glycogen, by the way, is the animal starch or the carbohydrate that can be found in the liver and in the muscles, no. So para uh, may extra na starch in the muscles and in the liver, so this may result in an abnormal heart rate and some weight gain. Okay? So athletes should maintain good eating and health habits. So consideration for the healthcare professional: young children may have poor appetites, and parents may have related anxiety. The healthcare professional can be most helpful by exhibiting patience and understanding and by listening to the client and the parents. Okay? So working with adolescent clients with disordered eating can be challenging. Healthcare professionals working with these clients should consult with client psychological counselor. Parents of clients with disordered eating must be included in counseling. Okay. Nutritional needs vary as children grow and develop, and nutrient needs gradually increase. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia, and obesity are problems of weight control that can occur during adolescence. Alcohol and drug abuse can be serious problems in adolescence. Okay, so that would be for that topic on children, diet for children and adolescents, no? Before we move on to our next uh topic, no? Uh let me let me present to you calculations naman ng can you see it? Dietary
Yes, sir.
dietary calculations. Okay. Uh this one is estimating the desirable body weight. Computation na muna tayo para may break lang ha. Okay. So, there are two ways in estimating the body weight of infants, no? Itong method one is is the long method, and then itong next one, itong sa B, is the short method, no? So, method one in estimating the desirable body weight, 'di ba you know your desirable body weight, 'di ba? I taught you that, no? Computing that. This one naman is for infants, okay? So, etong sa first method, uh, this is divided into two, no? The first 6 months and 7 to 12 months. Okay? So, uh, ang equation niya or ang formula is desirable body weight or DBW in grams is equal to the birth weight in grams plus age in months times 600. Nakuha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pag second 6 months, meaning 7 to 12 months, it's the same equation or same formula, although ang 600 dyan magiging 500 na lang. Alright? Okay. You might ask why. If you remember in our discussion sa infancy, no? Ah, sa infancy, 'di ba? Ang uh, from 5 to 6 months na, it doubles the birth weight. So paano yung weight during uh, anong pinanganak ang baby o yung infant, it is expected that by 5 to 6 months, magdo-double yon ang weight. Okay? It doubles the birth weight, no? Kasi mabilis ang growth niyan, no? Ang rate of growth is very fast. Okay? And then pag 1 year, kaya 500 na lang ito kasi tripled na lang siya to the birth weight. Okay? Kasi kung for example, double i-double pa, uh, meaning in other words, ang 7 to 12 months, yung rate of growth is still fast, pero it's lesser ang rate of growth compared to the first 6 months. Ang first 6 months talaga ang napakabilis ng rate of growth, no? Imagine kung tayo, if we are ako is Ngayon, I'm 61 kilos. No? After 6 months, magdo-double ang weight ko. So, uh, that is how fast they grow, no? Ang mga infants, no? So, uh, ang concept dito is that for the first 6 months, mas mabilis ang first 6 months na rate of growth compared to the second 6 months or from 7 to 12 months. Okay? So, um, remember, if birth weight is not known, no, kung hindi nyo alam ang birth weight, then use 300 grams or 3 kilos. Okay, 300 grams. So for example, 4-month-old infant. Okay? So how do you compute for that? Desirable body weight in grams is equal to 3,000 plus, okay? So age in months is, what's the age in months for our example? In this case, it's 4. 4-month-old infant man. Are you still there? Are you still with me? Okay. So, 4 months, no? So, kaya 4 siya times 600. Constant itong 600. So, 300 plus yung multiply mo na age in months times 600, 2,400. So, that's equivalent, that results to 5,400 or 5.4 kilograms. 5,400 grams or 5.4 grams. Kilograms, rather. Okay? So, yun lang, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any question about the formula? About the method? Wala? Okay. So, I guess it's easy, no? So that's for the first 6 months, ha? Okay. For 7 to 12 months, okay. This one, okay, our example, almost the same formula, only that ang dito is times 500 multiplied by 500. So for example, 8-month-old infant, no? Desirable body weight in grams is equal to um, 3,000, for example, the birth weight is 3,000 plus age in months is 8 kasi 8 months times 500. So 3,000 plus 4,000, okay, is equal to 700 grams or 7 kilograms. So it is expected na ang 8 months old infant na ang birth weight niya 3,000 grams or 3 kilos at birth is expected to have a weight of 7 kilograms. Okay? So, mas okay kung alam nyo yung birth weight. Okay? Ah,
Yes, sir.
oo. Ang iba, pwede pounds yan siya, no? Pero you just have to divide it by um, divide it by ano, divide it by 2.2 to get the kilos, and then uh, multiply it by 1,000, so you get the weight, birth weight in grams. Okay? Kasi baka ang iba sa inyo in pounds ang ano, nung pagtimbang sa inyo, no? Okay. All right. So, but there's another short method na we do not need the birth weight, no? Pero ako, I am more comfortable with the first, no? With the first method. Okay? Okay. Ito, again, this is um for infants, no? Desirable body weight in kilograms is equal to, so what you need is age and months lang, no? Uh, age and months divided by 2 plus 3. Okay, so for example, 8 month, 8-month-old infant, desirable body weight in kilograms is equal to age in months is 8 divided by 2. Okay, you just follow the formula, plus 3. Okay, so 4 plus 3, that is 7 kilograms. Nakuha? Okay, so that method 2 can be used either first 6 months or second 6 months. Okay, for the first year of life, no? Pero ako, between the two, I'm more comfortable using the first formula. So again, kung hindi nyo alam ang birth weight, use 3,000 grams. Okay? All right. So, the infant's weight, take note, it doubles at 5 to 6 months, it triples at 12 months, and quadruples at 24 months. For height and length, no, this increases uh, by 24, 12, and 8 centimeter during the first, second, and third year, respectively. Then by 4 centimeter every year thereafter, up to the eighth year. So at birth, for example, 50 centimeters, no? 50 centimeters. So increase mo lang pag 1 year, uh, magdagdag ka ng 24 dyan, 24 centimeters. So, expected 50 plus 20, 24. For example lang, 50 centimeters ang bata. Um, 74 centimeters yan siya. Ang expected na height or length, no? By the way, there's difference between height and length, no? When you say height, standing yan siya, class. Okay? So usually, 2 years below, length yan siya. Nakuha? Kasi, pagkuha sa um, length ana, pagkuha sa unsay gitason, nakahigda man na dapat class. So, length yan siya. Pag nakahigda god, no? Nakahigda ang bata. So, that is length. You measure the length. Pag standing position, that is height. Okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at 2 years of age plus 12. So, dagdag ka ng 12, no? So, yung 74, pag 1 year, pag 2 years, dagdag ka ng 12 centimeters plus 12. So, expected niyan, magiging 86 centimeters. At 3 years of age, plus 8. So, 86 plus 8, no? Example dyan, 94 centimeters. And at 4 years, plus 6 is equal to 100 centimeters. That's every year na yung plus 6 centimeters na. Okay? Alright. Nakuha? Alright. So, what about children, no? Kasi yung kanina, that's that's actually for um that's actually for infants, no? That's actually for infants. Now, what I am uh, what I am sharing to you right now or presenting to you right now is getting the desirable body weight for children. Okay? So
Yes,
this is
sir.
another equation for children. Okay. So desirable body weight in kilograms is equal to age in years. So yung yung sa infants kasi months 'yon. Ito for children years na siya. So the equation is desirable body weight in kilograms is equal to age in years times 2 plus 8. So for example, a 7-year-old child. So 7 years old ang child, no, ang subject natin. So desirable body weight in kilograms. Okay, so 7 times 2. Okay, so just follow the equation. Okay, or the formula plus 8. Okay, so 14 plus 8 is equal to 22. All right? Madali lang. No questions? All right. So, bakit may plus 2 kilograms every year yan siya, class? Kasi, uh, plus 2 kilograms every year. Okay, sige. Uh, compute daw. Try to compute what if 8 years old. Sige daw, try to compute.
Twenty-four,
What's the
sir.
24? Very good, 24. Kaya nga, meron plus 2 kilograms every year. Nakuha? Kasi
Yes, sir.
22, 22, 'di ba? 7. Pero pag 8 na, you just add plus 2, then you don't need to kuan. Ah, yan, pag 9 years old, pag 9 years old naman ang bata, 9 times 2, that's 18 plus 8. 9, 18, 18 plus
26,
8,
sir.
30, pila?
26.
26. Oh, so 26. So, plus 2 kilograms every year. Nakuha? Madali lang. Madali lang yan.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Okay. So, let us move on to uh, estimating the uh, the estimating the calorie or total energy requirement of infants, no, kasi may iba na nga na gumagamit ng infant formula, no. So for TER or total energy requirement, kasi alam niyo na ang adults, no, for infants total energy requirement per day is 95 to 80 kcal per per day kcal per desirable body weight, no? Or 80 to 95 kcal per of the desirable body weight. So for example, 4 months, no? So ang 4 months is desirable body weight is 5.4. You just multiply 95. So between 80 to 95 depende kung anong gagamitin mo. So the total energy requirement is 513 or approximately 500 kcal ang need ng 4-month-old. Another example here is 8 months old. Okay, 8-month-old child. Okay, so total energy requirement is 7 kilograms times 80. Ang ginamit niya is 80 kcal per kilogram. So, uh, that is 560 to 600 kcal per day. Okay? Madali lang yan, no?
Sir.
So, imagine ha, class, for us, ang total energy requirement ng adults, uh, ako siguro mga, kung sedentary, 30 kcal, or sa stage ko na to, or even kayo, 30 kcal lang uh, per desirable, per kilogram of the desirable body weight. Pero for infants, as much as 95. So per unit, napakataas ng caloric requirement ng infants. Kaya, you notice that infants or babies, tulog yan sila, no? Because they're saving the energy. Tapos, from time to time, sige sila kain. Sige sila hingi ng milk, no? Kasi, napakataas ng, ng caloric requirement nila per unit of the body weight. Nakuha?
Yes, sir.
Oh, kaya din napakabilis ng growth nila, no? So at this stage class, it is very important to provide good nutrition, no? At this stage kasi they are growing very fast. Okay? So for children, okay, for children naman, okay, uh, for children, we can use these formulas. Okay? So, total energy requirement per day is equal to 1,000 these are constant times 100 times age in years. Okay? So, for example, okay, compute ninyo using that equation. 7 years old.
1,700.
Okay, very good. 1,700 kcal per day. All right? So, yan, very good. How basta IT lagi mga how og math, no? Okay. Or there's another way or another method, no? So, depende sa age, no? 80, depende 80 kcal per kilogram desirable body weight kung anong gagamitin mo. And then 82.3 or 100, no? So depende lang ang sa gamitin mo. I do not expect that you memorize all these, ha. May kcal per kilogram desirable body weight, may 2002 Rennie, may CMBRG, yung Cooper, Barber, etc. Yan, no? So just need to follow uh, kcal allowance, multiply it by of the desirable body weight. Okay? All right. So, for example, um, total energy requirement with 22 kilograms desirable body weight ng 7-year-old child. Total energy requirement, okay, so 22 kilograms desirable body weight. All right, so uh, for this is for okay, uh, this is okay, 7-year-old child, 22 kilos times ito ha, this follows the second method, itong age range. Okay? So, iba kasi ito, no? Method 1, itong TER per day is equal to 1,000 plus 100 times years, no? Which is 1,700. Kaya meron siyang difference if you're going to, if age is a factor, no? So, yan, no? So, depende kung anong standard ang ginagamit, no? So, again, different hospitals or different institutions may use different methods, okay? Or different standards, rather. Okay? So, for example, a 7-year-old child, yung kanina, ang result is 1,700. Eto naman is following this, no? So, 7-year-old child with 22 kilograms desirable body weight. So, total energy requirement per day, 22 ang desirable body weight. So, 65 kasi, um, ito given na 65 yan sa boys, no? Hindi naka-specify dito. 65, that is equal to 1,430 or 1,450 kcal. Okay? So, basta ang importante lang class is you are within the range. But um pwede naman hindi mag-compute. You can use um the PDRI, the Philippine Dietary Reference Intakes. Okay, PDRI. Okay? So ito lang kung just in case na wala kang walang PDRI. Okay? So ang PDRI lang, very generic lang yun siya. No, that's for everybody. No? Pero Pag meron, pag wala, then you can use this one, no? You can use these formulas. Okay? So you will never go wrong. Pero malaki din ang difference, no? Yung if we are going to use this formula, parang this difference of uh, say 300 kcal, no? Around 300 kcal, uh, 450, 500, 250 kcal rather. Okay? All right. So for adolescents, ito naman ang okay. So just simply multiply that by uh, the kilograms of desirable body weight. That's the average for both sexes is 45 kcal. Okay? So since kayo adolescent pa kayo, you can use this 45 kcal per kilogram desirable body weight. Okay? 18 kayo, 'di ba? Correct? 18 years old.
Yes, sir.
Oo. So, you can use, you know your desirable body weight, di ba?
Yes,
Any
sir.
method. Oo. So, you just simply multiply it by 45. Pwede 45. Okay? So, mataas kasi you are still growing, no? Okay. So, walang question.
Wala na po, sir.
All right. Okay. We now move on to uh, uh, we now move on to uh, diet for young adults and the middle aged, no? So, objectives. Can you see the slide, the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First is identify the nutritional needs of young adults and the middle aged. Um, Second is explain sensible long-range weight control for this age group. Discuss the importance of exercise in weight control, and discuss diet-related diseases that can be prevented by good nutrition at this age. Osteoporosis, heart disease, and diabetes. Okay? I'd like to finish na this one, no, kasi para matapos na, no, matapos natin ito, mabilis lang. Okay? Adulthood is broadly divided into three periods: young, middle, and late adulthood. Pag you are a young adult, I'm a young adult, no? Kasi I'm 37 years old. Kayo actually, nabilong tayo dito kasi 18 years old kayo. Okay, so 18 to 40 years old, that is young adult. Okay, so middle adulthood, middle range period ranges from 40 to 65 years of age, and then late adulthood is over 65 years of age. All right. So for nutrient requirements, growth is usually complete by age 25. So ako, I will not grow anymore. Linear growth. What I mean is dili na kumutubo na tangkad pa, no? Hanggang 5'4" lang talaga ako. Hanggang 5'5", 5'4" lang talaga ako, no? Kasi complete na ang growth ko. So nutrient requirements of healthy adults during these years change very little. The iron requirement for women is higher than men until after menopause because of, again, menstruation. Okay? Because of blood loss. Okay? Now, protein requirement for adults is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. And the current requirement for calcium for adults from age 19 to 50 is 1,000 milligrams. And vitamin D requirement is 500 microgram per day. Both calcium and vitamin D are essential for strong bones and healthy milk. 3 glasses of milk per day nearly fulfill the calcium and vitamin D requirements. Bone loss begins slowly at about the age of 35 to 40 years of age. So may bone loss na, no? Kaya I have to drink milk talaga. You are teaching a class about rheumatoid arthritis to a group of middle-aged group. A participant asked the following question: what diet changes can I make to prevent rheumatoid arthritis? How do you respond? Okay, so researchers have determined that diet changes have no effect on rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Maintain a healthy diet that includes adequate calcium and protein. A multiple vitamin containing vitamin B and a calcium supplement should be taken daily. Omega-3 fatty acids have been helpful in reducing the inflammation. Okay, so discuss this with a physician. So calorie requirements, uh, for adults, no, it begins to diminish after the age of 25, no? Kaya medyo conscious na din tayo sa intake natin, class, no? Ako ha, kasi I'm over 25 years old, no? When basal metabolic rate decreases, and this is determined primarily by activity and amount of lean muscle mass. Weight gain occurs if calories exceed one's need. Okay? So special considerations for mothers and adults, no? Concerns about weight, cost of food, or time may lead to nutrient deficiencies, and selection of food is often based on convenience and flavor rather than nutritional content of food, no? Kasi masyadong busy, no? Kaya they go for convenient items. Fast food and prepared meals lead to excess consumption of fat, sugar, salt, and calories. Okay? So, weight control is one of the top concerns of adults in the US today, and most people are interested in controlling their weight. Excess weight can lead to diabetes mellitus and hypertension. Overweight people are poor risks for surgery, live shorter lives, and are prone to social and emotional problems. Okay, most common cause of being overweight is energy imbalance, no? Meaning more calories have been taken in, no? Ang intake nila is more than what they use, no? Than what is needed. Okay? So other causes of obesity, we have that affects nutritional status or genetics and hypothyroid condition. An excess of 3,500 calories will result in a weight gain of 1 pound. So kung mag-exceed, palaging kumakain, no? Kung mag-exceed ng 3,500 calories per week, then expected na mag-gain ka ng 1 pound niyan within the week, no? So, or ang 3,500 divide the 3,500 by 7. So, you have 500 per day. So, kung mag-exceed ka ng sa normal na total energy requirement mo plus ang excess mo, kung mag-exceed ka ng 500, then the normal requirement, 500 every day is equal to 3,500 calories. It is expected that you will gain weight of about 1 pound per week. Kasi 500 times 7, kasi 7 days a week. So that's 500 times 7, that is 3,500. It is expected na you will gain 1 pound per week, or mga approximately uh, 1/2 kilo. Okay? If you exceed 1,000 per day, then it is expected na around 2 pounds or 2 pounds or 1 kilo ang i-gain per week, no? Pero masyadong kuan yan. Masyadong malaki na yan masyado, no? So, yan. So, special considerations for the adult. The best solution is increased exercise combined with reduced caloric intake. A healthy eating plan should follow the food guide pyramid. Okay. So, considerations for the healthcare professional. The young and years of life are busy and have many responsibilities. No? Most people feel that they have too many things to do and too little time to accomplish them. Health problems occurring during these years can be psychologically devastating. So, for conclusion, although calorie requirements diminish after age 25, most nutrient requirements do not. Food must be selected with increasing care as one ages to ensure that nutrient requirements are met without exceeding the calorie requirement. So overweight can cause health problems and a weight loss program should be undertaken. Okay? So that's all for for adults, no? All right? So medyo short lang siya, mabilis siya, no? Okay. Let us proceed to diet for late adulthood, no? So, okay. Objectives: explain the nutritional and caloric needs of people 65 and over. Explain the development of given chronic diseases. Identify physiological, economic, and psychosocial problems that can affect a senior citizen's nutrition. Okay, physiological changes for among this age group, no, 65 and above. Body's function slow with age, and its ability to replace worn cells is reduced. The metabolic rate slows, and the bone becomes less dense. Lean muscle mass is reduced, and eyes focus lose focus on nearby objects, and some people develop cataracts. Okay? So, poor dentition, no, or teeth, no, is very common. The heart and kidneys become less efficient. Hearing, taste, and smell are less acute, no? Hindi na gaano sensitive yung hearing, taste, and smell, no? So, immune system may be compromised if poor nutrition has been chronic. Okay? All right. So arthritis can be debilitating for the elderly. Excess weight and some vitamin deficiencies may affect some forms of arthritis. Um, Healthy nutrition and exercise can be beneficial for those with arthritis. Okay. Physiological changes. Digestion is affected by a decreased secretion of HCl or hydrochloric acid and enzymes, and decrease in the synthesis of intrinsic factor leads to a deficiency of vitamin B12. There's reduced intestinal tone causes uh, constipation or in some cases diarrhea. Okay. So psychosocial changes ng matatanda, no, yung mga lolo't lola natin, um, or even our parents, no. My parent is already my father is, yeah, my father is already 65 years old, no? Um, yan. Feeling of uselessness kasi they do not have income anymore, no? Kaya dapat support is very important for this age group, no? Loss of self-esteem, loss or grief, no? Especially pag late adulthood na, loss, grief and loneliness, and economic changes affecting food choices. Sidestepping potential problems. A healthy lifestyle and an active social life throughout life can prevent or delay physical deterioration and psychological depression during the senior years. Food, drug, and drug-to-drug interactions can affect nutritional status and must be monitored closely in the elderly. Okay, so for nutritional requirements, protein requirement remains at zero point 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. After age 65, it may be advisable to increase one's daily protein intake to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. Okay? So, anyway, alam niyo naman how to compute, no? Because I taught you how to compute for this, no? Using the food exchange list. Vitamin requirements do not change after the age of 51 except for a slight decrease in the RDAs for thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin. Okay? So, kasi bumababa na din yung caloric requirement, no? So thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin are needed for metabolism, no? For the energy release. So um, therefore bababa din yung need for these water soluble nutrients. The need for iron is decreased, no? After the age of 51 because of menopause. Okay. So for nutritional requirements, the calorie requirement decreases approximately 2 to 3%, 2 to 3% a decade. A nutrition screening initiative checklist was developed to identify those at no nutritional risk, moderate nutritional risk, and high nutritional risk. Okay. So food habits for senior citizens. Established food habits may be especially difficult to change. The following may cause difficulties in food selections and preparation, decreased income during retirement, physical disability, inadequate cooking facilities. Okay? Because they sometimes some of them are disabled already, no? Inadequate cooking facilities, no? Especially those who are living on their own. Grief, loneliness, boredom, or difficulty in chewing can cause anorexia. So many senior citizens consume diets deficient in protein, vitamin C, D, B6, B12, and folate, and the minerals calcium, zinc, and iron, and sometimes calories. Okay, variety and nutrient-dense foods should be encouraged, and water is also important to prevent constipation, to maintain urinary volume, and to prevent dehydration and urinary tract infection. Okay, food fads. Okay, senior citizens may spend money on unnecessary vitamins, minerals, and foods in search eternal life or youth, no? Sila yun actually ito minerals and they make them young, no? Okay, so what makes this segment of the population susceptible to food faddists? Okay, some adults are consciously or unconsciously searching for eternal life, if not youth. Food faddists may pick this segment, no? They take advantage. Some people take advantage of this group, no? Food faddists may pick this segment of the population to profit from their ignorance. Some older people with chronic disease may hope that such products will bring them relief. Okay. Guidelines for feeding the elderly. Okay. They need protective foods like eggs, liver, no? They need protective food somehow, pero wag lang sobra kasi protective foods are mostly high in cholesterol. For no teeth or poor denture, anong ibibigay? Mashed, chopped or pureed na pagkain. For sensitive digestive system, you give something hot each meal. Okay, so 5 light bland meals, then 3 substantial ones, no? For raw fiber is not recommended, just soluble fiber. Incorporate milk in recipes. no? Pwede ano, like let's say for example, macaroni soup, no? Macaroni soup. So you can include milk there, no? Para merong for the calcium, okay? And protein also. And for other nutrients, no? Pleasant eating for our elderly. Animals fats may retard digestion, discomfort, avoid meats, coffee, sauces, and rich desserts contain coconut milk. Often tea with caffeine late in the day prevents good sound sleep. And kung dili makatulog, if they have difficulty sleeping, give them hot milk. Okay? Other helpful hints in feeding the elderly, small frequent feedings, hearty soup, for example, um, a hot hearty soup for to stimulate appetite in colder days. And kung summer naman, no, or mainit, no, a refreshing homemade punch or fresh fruity slices will cool off the individual. Finger foods, no, pwede they can eat in the patio or park. Bedridden elderly limited mobility serve the foods attractively by varying the shapes, sauces, and even the plate for service. Okay? Actually, dehydration is a big problem among elderly, so that water drinking is encouraged, no? Uh, Avoid any esophageal reflux, na yung nagbavomit, no? By letting them sit up or stand up and walk around slowly in the living room while watching TV or listening to music. They can lie down at least an hour after. Okay, so special considerations for chronically ill older adults: osteoporosis, arthritis, cancer, diabetes mellitus, and hypertension. Malapit na tayo, class. Okay, osteoporosis, okay, this is a condition in which the amount of calcium in bones is reduced, making them porous, and the bone density scan can be done with special X-ray to determine if one has osteoporosis. Okay? So, ngayon pa lang, you have to already consume calcium-rich foods, no, like milk, no, drink milk para hindi magka-osteoporosis later in life. And mas prone ang itong mga babae because especially pag mag-menopause na, kasi because of some hormones, no, which affects absorption of calcium. Um, Sedentary life and a diet low in calcium, vitamin D, and fluoride and estrogen loss contribute to osteoporosis, estrogen loss. No? Excessive phosphorus in the diet from sodas and processed foods may also be a contributing factor. Okay, ang iba naman, they go for estrogen replacement therapy or ERT. No? Okay, for arthritis, disease that causes the joints to become painful and stiff. Regular use of aspirin or anti-inflammatory drugs may help relieve the pain, but side effects such as bleeding in the stomach, stomach lining, no, there is no for okay. Cancer. Diets consistently high in fat or low in fiber and vitamin A may contribute to cancer. Research about the role of nutrition in the development of cancer continues. Okay? For diabetes mellitus, chronic disease that develops when the body does not produce sufficient amounts of insulin or does not use it effectively for normal carbohydrate metabolism. Diet is very important in the treatment of diabetes mellitus. Okay, for hypertension, uh, dapat iwas-iwas sa salt and uh, dapat i-improve yung calcium intake, no? High blood pressure can lead to strokes also. Most Americans ingest from 2 to 6 times the amount of salt needed each day. Okay, for heart disease,
Heart attack and stroke are the major causes of death in the US. Arteries becomes blocked or occluded, thereby preventing the normal passage of blood. Osteoporosis, plaque, sa mga arteries, no? A plaque is a fatty substance containing cholesterol accumulates in the walls of the artery. Okay? Atherosclerosis, or we call this fat clogged arteries. Okay? Effects of nutrition. Okay. This is cumulative over many years, no? We develop malnutrition because dati-dati pa, hindi na maganda ang nutrition. So, it develops over time. Effect of a lifetime of poor eating habits cannot be cured overnight. No? Prevention should begin in childhood. And nutrition can be used to help stabilize the condition of client who has a chronic diabetes. So, diet for senior citizen, if you remember um, during the first session, first two sessions, I have introduced to you the food guide pyramid. So you can use that, no? So food guide pyramid, you can use that for meal planning. So when special health problems exist, the normal diet should be adapted to meet the individual's needs. The federal government provides the state with funds to serve senior citizens hot meals at noon in senior centers. Okay, very particular with this, especially in the U.S., no, or in other developed countries. But in the Philippines, meron naman, pero not as much, not as ano. Okay, the federal government, this is in the states, also provides transportation for those who are otherwise unable to reach a senior center for the meal. There is also Meals on Wheels project provides food for homebound individuals, no? Na ano lang sa kanila, i-deliver, no? At their respective homes. Participating people may pay according to their ability. All right, so this is how to, I will not discuss this anymore, but this is um, how to evaluate nutrition risk in older adults. No, I am going to send you a a video later on, pero next week na lang siguro, or probably tomorrow, no, how to determine uh, nutritional risk among the elderly. Okay, so each client is an individual. Um, each client is an individual with individual needs, and it is important to remember that older clients have feeling worth addressing. The incapacitation that can accompany old age is terrible in dignity, and these clients deserve care. Okay, so for conclusion, the elderly segment of the population continues to increase. The nutritional needs of this group are a growing concern, and many of the chronic diseases of the elderly could be delayed or avoided by maintaining good nutrition throughout life. All right, so that ends our uh, session for today. Okay, all right. Uh, I know it's overwhelming. Hello, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know it's overwhelming. Why is use the food guide pyramid na ano ha, in meal planning for children, okay? Uh, Plan for a meal, 1 day meal for children, um, children, wag na yung adult, children and ano na lang, elderly, no? So, I expect that to be submitted next week. All right? So, use the food guide pyramid. Okay? So, are there questions? Ngayon yung study or ba? Okay. Hello? Ah, tulputol na ko. Okay, tulputol gyapon. Hello? Ah, okay, what did you learn today to just conclude our session for the Miss Jean? Yes, that's correct, Chino. So therefore, proper nutrition is very important, no? Thank you. Okay, what else? Anything more? Isa pa man. Uh, Christian, talo.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Okay. Ano, wala si Christian. All right. So, um it's exactly 10:30. All right. Okay. So, I guess tama na no kasi 8 o'clock pa lang nag-start na tayo. Parang overwhelmed na kayo masyado. Okay? So, I hope that you have learned something today. Did you learn something today? Just a yes
Yes,
or a no
sir.
na lang. O- Okay, marami no, actually overwhelming. Okay, so next week we're going to have nutrition assessment. Okay, nutrition assessment. So expect different computations, no? Back to computations na naman tayo to determine nutritional status. Okay? So since tapos na tayo sa life stages, imagine 2 sessions lang natapos natin ang life stages. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. Okay. All right. So let us pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. For all that has been and for all that will be, let us glorify our triune God by saying, Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay? Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.